Welcome to the Human Nature Channel. I'm your host, mtamsula, and what am I doing here? Well, it's Tuesday night once again here at my dad's two-story farm garage. I'm running out of ways to describe this place. However, this building has stood the test of time. It was here when we moved onto the farm in 1962. Up until 25 years ago, it had a dirt floor. Everything happened 25 years ago. I was 38 years old 25 years ago. Anyway, 25 years ago, I was beside my dad as we were putting in this floor. It's a pretty nice floor. It turned out okay. There's a lot of space. And I'll let you know a little secret. The best thing I like about this garage is I can wander around in it without my glasses on. The sense of freedom is incredible. I finished reading This Is Your Brain on Music by Daniel J. Levitin. And you know, I had a really positive reaction to this book. It was very strange. It took me by surprise. My mood had been here. And after I finished the book, my mood was up here. I really do recommend it. You know, now there's some stuff in it. He talks about the structures of the brain like the nucleus accumbens and the amygdala and the hippocampus. And your eyes might glaze over at times. However, what this guy is a neurologist who can strum a guitar and do many other things too. But it's a fascinating tour of his profession. And the best thing about it is often he would describe something and then use a song to illustrate it. There was this one, it's a Beatles tune, For No One. So he's talking about how the Beatles put this song together. And I ran right to the computer and I went to YouTube and listened to the song, and I'm like, wow, okay, I hear what he's talking about. So I've gone back to using YouTube for what I originally used it for, which is a video jukebox. So yeah, and I've also noticed that it brightened me up a little bit. When I'm doing work around the apartment, I'm a little more efficient than I used to be. I'll have to think about this. How about some Las Vegas Shooting Truth Community yak, because that's what you're here for. I will be reading from prepared remarks. Meaning I have to bring the magnetic paperclip picker out of retirement to help me with the hillbilly teleprompter this one time. Last week, I was talking about the lock interrogation report and how I counted the 252 events Stephen Paddock performed on the door of room 32-135. This taking place over a 6-day period, I think, is pretty amazing. The message in the bottle I sent to Hunter UK last week was by way of a question. Was hotel security under any obligation to notice Paddock's out-of-the-ordinary behavior? I mean, on September 30th at 6:04 to 6:05 a.m., Paddock earns an error no access to this room a total of 12 times. Apparently, Paddock was standing outside his door running a key card through the slot for nearly a minute. By the way, there is a 7-minute gap before we see a guest card accepted. But anyhow, to take this a step further, would Mandalay Bay security even be in a position to notice something like a rapid succession of error readouts from a guest's door. I think my message to Hunter is still bobbing in the ocean and may reach him in a couple of years. Now, we all know how to get the attention of hotel security at Mandalay Bay when it comes to using a room door, and that's by leaving it open for a prerequisite amount of time, a countdown somewhere in the computer code reaching a certain point and sending the ping to the database. And it only takes another 80 minutes for a Jesus Campos to mosey his way up to the 32nd floor to conduct what I believe you'd call a welfare check. In some respects, I may have answered my own question to Hunter about whether Mandalay Bay security would be responsible for noticing Paddocks farting around with the doors for 6 days. I've come to the conclusion no, since leaving open a door would start a timer in the computer, meaning this is a totally automated process. Nobody was in a position to observe Paddock's activity. The only thing watching him was some computer code. But now I have a new question, and I'll throw it out to everybody. Did Paddock know how a hot SOS system worked, basically? Did he know for sure that Mandalay Bay security would be asleep at the switch over something like Paddock having a difficulty with his door? This makes me wonder what Paddock knew about hot SOS systems, or what he didn't know and was trying to find out. I always saw Paddocks playing around with the doors as some kind of test. But I got hung up on the idea that the testing was for something mechanical. There is that mysterious sequence on October 1st, starting at 9:29 p.m., where we have a tough time figuring out whether Paddock is inside room 32-134 or not. And that led some to speculate that Paddock was trying out some rope arrangement, slipped under the door and up to the handle, so he could pull down on it. Interesting idea, but we still have the problem of why Paddock would keep up the door manipulation for 6 days. If he were looking for some mechanical design flaw he could exploit, he certainly would have run through all possibilities in short order. So, I don't think he was running any kind of mechanical tests. I think he was testing for something else, which might be the alertness of Mandalay Bay security. Keep in mind, this would have been a legitimate area of inquiry for a security guard. I could picture one going to Paddock's room to talk to him. They wouldn't have to be accusative or anything. Just say, "Excuse us, sir, but we noticed a lot of activity concerning your door. Are you having a mechanical issue with it? Is there a problem with the key card?" For a moment, let's remove the possibility that Paddock was behaving erratically because he was delusional. Let's say there was some logical reason for his behavior and assume there was nothing left to test for. The only conclusion left for me is that Paddock was deliberately signaling Mandalay Bay security to see how well or if they'd respond. This might explain why Paddock would keep this door manipulation going and didn't stop until 18 minutes before the shooting. As long as hotel security doesn't respond, that gives him a feeling of safety and reassurance. He can tell himself he's not being watched, which might have been a fear, because he had to have been aware that as the date of October 1st approached, he would be at greater and greater risk of discovery during his preparations. Conversely, and maybe perversely, Paddock was also leaving an awfully big footprint in that hot SOS database, a record that could be examined after the fact, as we're doing now. There may be a hint of how Paddock was trying to hurt the casinos. The Lock Interrogation Report could be a message from beyond the grave for Mandalay Bay and its security saying, I gave you every opportunity to stop me, and you didn't. Stephen Paddock was making the future case that Mandalay Bay was negligent. What a twisted bastard. Let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, there's always something interesting here in my dad's garage. What can I show you tonight? Now we're going to have a look at the jack. You got to get pretty low down to get a look at the jack. See how this works. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's see, we're going to back it up so you can see it better. Yeah, I've jacked up my car with this thing. There we go. Whoops. Better watch I don't bang my fingers. Yeah, I rotated my tires using this. Oh, how high does it go? Let's just give it a whirl. Okay, I think that's it. And then you turn the handle the other way, it goes down. And honestly, this thing's probably older than you are. Well, I think I have everything I need, which is a lie. I hardly have anything I need. What's this? A box of tissue? Yeah, that about sums it up. You knew this day was coming. The day when I would hardly have anything I need. I got a can of Hornet and Wasp Killer. Guaranteed kill. I feel so much safer now. I got a bottle of Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer. What's that say? Oil alone is not enough. Well, I'm glad I got some of this in supply. And I even have a spray bottle of Fungicide 3. Now, if I absolutely had to pull something out of my ass at the last minute, hopefully it wouldn't be this. Yeah, hardly anything I need. Hardly at all. Oh, well, I did bring the accordion. Because I am going to do a song. And it's Bobby Charles's Down South in New Orleans. And to the astute Alex archivist, this is a song I've done once before. So I was thinking, what song do I know that would go good with a kid's accordion? And then I thought, oh yeah, Bobby Charles's Down South in New Orleans. And then I went, wait a minute, I've already done that. However, I didn't do it with the kid's accordion. You can consider this the remastered version. Yeah, that should make everything all right. Down south in New Orleans, prettiest girls I've ever seen. Sparkling eyes, lips so sweet. We make love to the rumba beat. Ships at anchor, my suitcase packed. Got a one-way ticket, ain't coming back. Life's a pleasure, love's a dream. Down south in New Orleans. My dark-eyed baby, I'm on my way back into your arms to stay. I'm tired of work, I wanna play. I'll make sweet love to you night and day. Down south in New Orleans, prettiest girls I've ever seen. Sparkling eyes, lips so sweet. We make love to the rumba beat. Ships at anchor, my suitcase packed. Got a one-way ticket, ain't coming back. Life's a pleasure, love's a dream. Down south in New Orleans. I wanna get too loose on Toulouse Street. I wanna kiss all the Creole girls I see. Drink all day, dance all night. Do it wrong till I do it right. Down south in New Orleans, prettiest girls I've ever seen. Sparkling eyes, lips so sweet. We make love to the rumba beat. Ships at anchor, my suitcase packed. Got a one-way ticket, ain't coming back. Life's a pleasure, love's a dream. Down south in New Orleans. Oh. Irv? Irv, where'd you go, Irv? I think he went to bed. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Irv? Oh, he's sawing wood. Shh. It's time for Irv's close-up. Hi, Dad! What are we doing today?
Oh, we're going to try to pull some brush out of the pond.
Okay.
We're going to give it a try.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
ha ha ha.